Transition from warranties to investigation and cancellation rights. In Section 11.2, we discussed warranties and the as-is nature of resale transactions. Now we arrive at the most powerful buyer protection section in the entire Arizona residential resale contract, due diligence. Warranties allocate risk. Due diligence gives the buyer the opportunity to evaluate that risk. In the metropolitan Phoenix market, the inspection period is where deals are strengthened, renegotiated, or canceled. This section defines investigative rights, cancellation procedures, timelines, and consequences. Precision and discipline here protect earnest money and prevent litigation. This is the heart of contract writing strategy. Inspection period, 10-day default and scope of investigation. The inspection period is 10 days after contract acceptance unless otherwise agreed. During this period, the buyer must conduct all desired inspections and investigations at buyer's expense. The buyer is responsible to conduct physical and environmental inspections, consult government agencies and professionals, investigate zoning, building codes, safety compliance, verify MLS information, investigate sex offender registry, or prior crime history, if material. This language is comprehensive. It places investigative responsibility squarely on the buyer. Phoenix example. Buyer in Peoria assumes addition was permitted because it appears finished. During inspection period, buyer verifies with city and learns no permit was issued. Buyer disapproves within deadline. If square footage, zoning, rental restrictions, flood status, or surrounding land use are material, they must be investigated during this period. The contract requires buyer to indemnify seller for damages caused by inspections and keep property free of liens. Buyer must also provide seller and brokers copies of inspection reports upon receipt at no cost. This promotes transparency and repair negotiation clarity. Square footage. Investigate if material. The contract states clearly that square footage references are approximate. If square footage is material, buyer must investigate during the inspection period. Gilbert example MLS lists 2,800 square feet. Appraisal measures 2,650. If buyer did not independently verify during inspection, claim becomes difficult. The contract eliminates reliance on approximate marketing figures. Wood-destroying organism inspection. Termite risk. If termites or wood-destroying organisms are material, buyer must investigate during inspection period. Buyer pays for termite inspections conducted during this period. If lender later requires updated report prior to COE, that cost is buyer's responsibility. Mesa example. Buyer discovers evidence of past termite treatment. Buyer negotiates treatment warranty from seller before expiration of inspection rights. Termite reports often influence negotiation leverage. Flood hazard designation, insurability, and encumbrance impact. Flood hazard status must be determined during the inspection period. If property lies in a special flood hazard area, lender may require flood insurance. Scottsdale example. Home near wash is reclassified into special flood zone. Buyer investigates during inspection and factors insurance cost into decision. Failure to investigate within the inspection period eliminates cancellation rights based on flood designation. Insurance availability. Confirm before deadline. If homeowner's insurance availability or cost is material, buyer must apply for and obtain written confirmation during inspection period. In wildfire-adjacent areas of North Phoenix and desert communities, insurance underwriting may be restrictive. Queen Creek example. Buyer waits until week of COE to apply for insurance and discovers coverage denial due to prior claims history. Too late to cancel under inspection rights. The timeline protects disciplined buyers. Sewer or septic system. Initials required. Buyer must verify sewer or septic connection during inspection period. If property is served by conventional or alternative septic, the on-site wastewater treatment addendum applies. Rural Maricopa County properties frequently rely on septic systems. Septic inspections are critical and often separate from general home inspection. Failure to investigate within inspection period waives objection rights. Pool barrier regulations, compliance before occupancy. If property contains a swimming pool, buyer must investigate pool barrier regulations and comply before occupancy unless otherwise agreed. Buyer must initial acknowledgement of pool safety notice. Arizona has strict pool barrier laws designed to protect children. Non-compliance may create liability exposure. Chandler example. Buyer closes on property with non-compliant pool gate. Buyer must bring property into compliance prior to occupancy. Understanding municipal codes prevents post-closing surprises. Broker limitation of expertise. Buyer acknowledgement. The contract explicitly states brokers are not qualified or licensed to conduct due diligence regarding the premises or surrounding area. Buyer must consult qualified professionals and releases brokers from liability for defects that could have been discovered through inspection. This clause reinforces professional boundaries and limits broker liability. Agents must never represent themselves as inspectors, contractors, engineers, or environmental specialists. Inspection. Period notice. Single written disapproval. Before inspection period expires, buyer must deliver a signed written notice of disapproved items. All disapproved items must be included in a single notice. Verbal discussions do not extend deadlines. Only written agreements signed by both parties extend time periods. Precision matters. Buyer disapproval options. Cancel or request repairs. Buyer has two options if disapproving. Immediately cancel and receive earnest money, provided notice specifies disapproved items. Provide seller opportunity to correct or address items. If seller does not respond within 5 days, refusal is presumed. If seller refuses or fails to correct, buyer may cancel within 5 days after response or expiration of response time. If buyer fails to cancel within 5 days after seller refusal, buyer must proceed without correction. Phoenix example: buyer requests roof repair. Seller refuses in writing. Buyer fails to cancel within 5-day window. Buyer must close without roof repair. Deadlines are absolute. Home warranty plan. Optional protection. Parties may agree to order a home warranty plan with specified coverage and cost allocation. Coverage options vary and often exclude pre-existing conditions. Home warranties are negotiation tools, not repair guarantees. Peoria. Example: seller offers home warranty in lieu of HVAC replacement. Buyer accepts knowing coverage limitations. Clear documentation avoids misunderstanding. Walkthrough. Verify performance before recording. Buyer has right to conduct walkthroughs to verify agreed repairs and confirm property remains in substantially same condition. If buyer fails to conduct walkthrough, buyer releases seller and brokers from liability for defects that could have been discovered. Walkthrough is final opportunity to confirm performance. Seller responsibility during inspections. Seller must make property available and keep utilities on through COE to facilitate inspections and walkthroughs. Utilities off equals incomplete inspection. IRS and FIRPTA reporting. Buyer compliance obligation. If FIRPTA applies and buyer fails to withhold required amount, buyer may be liable. Buyer agrees to perform necessary acts to comply and obtain independent tax advice. This connects back to Section 11.1 Foreign Seller Disclosure. Compliance is ongoing. Why is the inspection period considered the most powerful protection for buyers in Arizona resale transactions? Answer: because it allows the buyer, in their sole discretion, to investigate, disapprove, and cancel within strict deadlines while protecting earnest money if procedures are properly followed. Why must all disapproved items be delivered in a single written notice? Answer: to create clarity, prevent rolling negotiations, and establish a definitive record of objections within contractual deadlines. Why does the contract emphasize that brokers are not qualified to conduct due diligence? Answer: to reinforce professional boundaries, limit liability exposure, and require buyers to rely on licensed specialists for inspections and investigations.